good day. We are here to talk about networking in the field of information technology. Let's start.
Networking involves linking two or more computing devices like computers, printers, or servers so they can share data and resources. Some types of networks are local area network or LAN, that is for small area like an office, while wide area network or WAN can cover large areas, even countries. Devices can be connected using cables, which is called wired networking, or through radio waves known as wireless networking. To build a network, you need hardware like routers and switches, and software to manage the connections. Remember, the goal of networking is to connect devices so they can communicate and share resources efficiently and securely.
Now we're going to talk about the advantages of networking. First, the resource sharing. Networking allows various devices such as printers, scanners, and storage devices to be connected and shared among multiple users within an organization. This sharing resources leads to cost savings by eliminating the need for each user to have their own dedicated equipment. Second, the communication. Networking enables seamless communication between individuals and groups within an organization through various communication, such as emails, instant messaging, video conferencing, and voice over internet protocol system. These communication tools enhance collaboration and productivity by allowing employees to exchange information and discuss projects and make decisions in real time, regardless of their physical location. Third, the data sharing and collaboration. Networking facilitates the sharing and collaboration of data and files among team members, regardless of their geographical location. With network storage solutions and file sharing capabilities, employees can access and collaborate on documents, spreadsheets, presentations, and other files in real time. This enables seamless collaboration on projects and improve workflow efficiency, and ensures that all team members can access to the latest versions of documents. Fourth, centralized management. Networking allows for centralized management of IT resources, including software updates, security configuration, and user permission. Centralized management simplifies administration and maintenance tasks by allowing IT administrators to monitor and manage network resources from a single centralized location. Fifth, improved security. Networking enables organizations to implement robust security measures to protect sensitive data and prevent unauthorized access to network resources. Security measures such as firewalls, intrusion detection systems, and encryption techniques can be implemented to safeguard against cyber threats and vulnerabilities. By securing network infrastructure and data assets, organizations can mitigate the risk of data breaches, financial losses, and reputational damage. Lastly, the competitive advantage. Effective networking can provide organizations with a competitive edge by enabling faster decision-making, better customer service, and innovation through access to real-time information and collaboration tools. By leveraging network communication and collaboration platforms, organizations can streamline business processes, respond quickly to customer inquiries, and adapt to changing market conditions. Overall, networking plays a crucial role in enhancing organizational agility, efficiency, and competitiveness in today's digital economy.
Disadvantage of networking. Networking offers numerous benefits including improved communication, collaborations, and resources sharing, but it also introduces significant security risks. Interconnected devices create pathways for potential threats to exploit, leading to unauthorized access, data breaches, and data interception. Unsecured networks can allow malicious actors to exploit weakness in the network infrastructure, gaining access to sensitive information or taking control of devices. Data interception during transmission can result in unauthorized viewing, modification, or theft data, posing privacy and confidentiality concern. Malicious software, such as viruses, worms, and ransomware, can spread rapidly through interconnected devices, causing widespread damage and disruptions. The consequences of security breaches and data vulnerabilities can be severe, including the financial losses, legal regulatory consequences, reputation damage, and loss of customer trust. To mitigate this risk, robust security measures such as firewalls, encryptions, access control, and regular security audit may be implemented.
Throughout the semester, we did a lot of activities in networking class. These activities include assemble and disassemble of computer parts, the motherboard, the disk operating system, file recovery, drive partitioning, crimping straight and cross wires, network protocols, and network game installation. Firstly, we assembled and disassembled the parts of a CPU. We also memorized the parts of a motherboard. Next, we partitioned the drives into smaller sizes. We are also tasked to recover a file that has been deleted from the recycle bin. We used a crimping tool and RJ45 for the crimping of straight wire and cross wire. We use those to network or share files from one computer to another. This also works for multiple computers. The power supply unit in a computer converts the power from the wall outlet to the type of power needed by the computer. It sends power through cables to the motherboard and other components. The video card is responsible for what you see on the monitor. Most computers have a GPU or graphics processing unit built into the motherboard instead of having a separate video card. RAM is your system's short-term memory. Whenever your computer performs calculations, it temporarily stores the data in RAM until it is needed. The hard drive is where your software, documents, and other files are stored. The hard drive is a long-term storage, which means that the data is still saved even your computer is turned off. A parallel port is a type of interface found on early computers for connecting peripherals. USB or Universal Serial Bus is defined as the standard that mentions the specifications, use cables, ports, and protocols that enable simple and universally accepted connectivity between a host and peripheral device. An I/O port is a socket on a computer that a cable is plugged into. The port connects the CPU to a peripheral device via a hardware interface or to the network. The IDE cable transfers data between drives and computer system using parallel communication, where multiple bits of data are transmitted simultaneously. Unshielded twisted pair cable is ubiquitous type of copper cabling used in telephone wiring and local area networks. A heat sink is a passive heat exchanger that transfers the heat generated by an electronic or mechanical device to a fluid medium, often air or a liquid coolant, where it is dissipated away from the device, thereby allowing regulation of the device's temperature. A floppy cable is a ribbon cable found in the PCs that allow one or more floppy disk drives to connect to a computer. A motherboard is a circuit board inside a general-purpose computing system.
Now we're going to talk about the motherboard parts and its function orders. So first, the zero insertion for socket. The main purpose of ZIF socket is to make it easier to install and remove the CPU without causing damage to either the CPU or the socket itself. Next, the North Bridge chipset. It is sometimes called Memory Controller Hub. It is responsible for high-speed communication between the CPU RAM and graphics card. Next is the South Bridge chipset. It is also called Input-Output Controller. The South Bridge chipset handles communication between the CPU and slower peripheral devices connected to the motherboard. It also manages connections devices such as USB ports, SATA ports for storage drives, audio controllers, network interface, and legacy interfaces like parallel and serial ports. Next is the memory slot. The memory slot provides the necessary interface for installing RAM modules, which play a crucial role in the speed and efficiency of the computer system by providing a fast access storage for frequently used data. Next is the power supply connector. A power supply provides the necessary electrical power to let the computer work. And then next is integrated drive electronic. The devices used for connecting IDE, Ethernet, FireWire, USB, and other systems can be called host adapter. So the IDE controller refers to the host adapter. A host adapter is also called a host controller or a host bus adapter that connects a computer that acting as the host system to other network and storage devices. Next is the floppy disk drive port. It was used primarily for data storage, transfer, software installation, and as bootable media in computers before more advanced storage technologies became prevalent. Next is the crystal clock generator. It keeps everything synchronized and running smoothly by providing a steady beat. So it also ensures that different parts of the device work together harmoniously and that data moves at the right pace that help things like computers and communication system function correctly. Next is the accelerated graphic port slot. It was specialized interface tailored for graphic processing, providing improved performance and smoother visuals in older computer systems. Next is the peripheral component interconnect. It is widely used interface that allows users to expand the capabilities of their computers and upgrade its computer. These include graphic card, sound card, or network cards. Next is the SATA port. SATA ports serve as the primary interface for connecting storage devices to the computer system, facilitating high-speed data transfer and efficient cable management. Next is the lithium. Lithium batteries, often found in motherboards, power the real-time clock and maintain BIOS settings when the computer is off. They ensure the motherboard retains critical data like system time and hardware configuration, contributing to stable performance and user experience. Next is the blower slot. It is a slot designed for installing a blower-style cooling fan to help dissipate heat generated by components like the CPU or GPU. Next is the LAN port. It is a connector of connecting a local area network to cable, allowing the computer to communicate with other devices on the same network. Next is the USB cord. That stands for Universal Serial Bus. It is a Universal Serial Bus port provide connections for various peripherals such as keyboards, mouse, printers, and external storage devices. Next, the personal system. It is a system interface standard, often referring to IPM's Personal System 2 interface. used for connecting keyboards and mouse. Next is the speaker out. It is support for connecting external speakers to output audio with the computer. And then next is the mic in. It is support for connecting a microphone to input audio into the computer. Next is the line in. It is support for connecting external audio sources like MP3 players or musical instruments to input audio in the computer. Next is the front panel connector. It is a connector for buttons, LEDs, and audio jacks located on the front panel of the computer case, enabling interaction with the system. Next is the auxiliary port. It is a secondary port for connecting additional devices or peripherals that provides extra functionality beyond the standard ports. Next, the BIOS chip. It is a chip containing the basic input or output system firmware, responsible for initializing hardware components and booting the operating system. And lastly is the parallel port. It is a port used for connecting older peripherals like printers, scanners, or external storage devices that require parallel data transmission.
What is DOS? DOS, or as we like to call it, DOS, stands for Disk Operating System. It's an early operating system that was widely used in personal computers during the 1980s and the early 1990s. DOS primarily manages the storage and retrieval of data on disk storage devices such as hard drives and floppy disks. It provided a command-like interface for users to interact with the computer and run programs. DOS was developed by Microsoft and was the foundation for later versions of Windows. Here are some code examples for DOS.
The first thing that we should do is find the file and delete it. As you can see here, we have a file that's been deleted. And after that, let's now open Recuva. If you don't have it installed, you can download it from the official website. In the Recuva wizard, click Next. Choose the type of file you want to recover, then click Next. If you're not sure, you can select All Files. Choose the location where the file was located before you deleted it, then click Next. Click Start to begin the scan. Recuva will now search for deleted files in the location you specified. Once the scan is complete, look through the list of found files for your deleted file. If you found it, click the checkbox next to its name. click Recover, choose a location to save the recovered file, then click OK.
Drive partition. Drive partitions involves dividing a physical hard drive into multiple logical sections. Here are the basic steps. First, choose a partition tool. Second, open the partitioning tool. Launch the chosen partition tool and select the drive you want to partition. Third, select partition size. Determine the size for each partitions. You can allocate space based on specific needs or evenly divide the drive. Fourth, create partitions. Use the partitioning tool to create the partitions. Specify the size and the file system for each partitions. Format partitions. After creating partitions, format them with chosen file system. Formatting prepares the partition for data storage. Finalize. Review the partition layout to ensure it meets your requirements. Once satisfied, proceed with the partitioning process.
Today I am going to show you the basic of a straight wire. First, strip the insulation from the wire, exposing about half an inch of the bare copper. After that, make the order of the wire according to color, like white orange, orange, white blue, blue, white green, green, white brown, and then brown. Make sure the cover is straight, and then insert the cover into terminal connector or RG45. Make sure the cover is installed properly in the connector. Do the same thing on the other end of the cable. The final step is insert the two ends of the cover into the test tool. To test whether straight crimping is correct, look at the tester. The light is come on 1 to 8 sequentially, meaning it's correct. If light don't come sequentially or pass, it's mean it's wrong.
Hello everyone, my name is Adriel and I will walk you through the process on how to crimp a crosswire cable. So I've already prepared the T568B as demonstrated in doing the straight wire. Now we'll be preparing the T568A. First, splice the cable. Then spread and twist the pairs. Flatten the wires using your fingers or your wire stripper. Once flattened, arrange the wires using the prescribed color code: green stripe, green, orange stripe, blue, blue stripe, orange, brown stripe, and brown. Check the order of the wire and trim the ends evenly. Make sure to leave 1/2 inch in wire length. Insert the wires in the RJ45 plug. Push the wire firmly. Check the wire if it is fitted against the stub of the RJ45 plug. Carefully insert the RJ45 in the crimper tool and crimp firmly. Check the crimped RJ45 if the connection is durable. Now let us test the cable using a LAN tester. If the connection is wrong, you will have to start over.
So, network protocols. Network protocols are sets of rules and conventions that govern how data is transmitted and received over a network. They do the formatting, the timing, the sequencing, the error control for data communications between devices. Protocols ensure that devices can communicate with each other effectively regardless of their differences in hardware, operating systems, or softwares even.
Hello everyone, my name is Chavez and I will walk you through the process of setting up a network game installation. So, let's get started. So first, we must have a downloadable game ready for installation and an Ethernet cable for the connection of both laptops. And now, let us dive right into the setup process. To begin, let us search the control panels of both laptops and then navigate to the network and internet, and we would change the adapter settings. After we do that, we must select the Ethernet connection settings by right-clicking on it, and then we select the properties. And inside the properties tab, we will double-click on the Internet Protocol version 4, and we would assign unique IP addresses to both laptops. So for our main laptop or the main host, we would assign it the IP address of 192.168.10.1. And for the other laptop, we would assign it the IP address of 192.168.10.2. And now, to ensure that we have seamless communication between the two laptops, we must adjust the advanced sharing options. So we need to turn on all network sharing options for us to have an optimized connection, and we must disable all the firewall settings to prevent any potential restrictions when transferring the game. And to check if we have a successful connection between the two laptops, we must then open our command prompt or our CMD, and we would type a certain command to ping the other laptop. And if we have a successful connection, we will then facilitate the file sharing by searching the IP address of the other laptop using the File Explorer or the Search tab under our desktop. And after we find the location of the other IP address, we would then transfer the game folder to the other laptop, and we are all set to embark on our gaming adventure. Setting up a network game installation is as easy as following these steps. And with that, happy gaming!
Here's a fun fact about networking. What is the most famous networking? Facebook is the largest social networking site, which over 3 billion people use it monthly. This means roughly 37% of the world's population are Facebook users. Facebook's direct messaging spin-off app, Facebook Messenger, boasts 931 million monthly active users. What is the first ever network? The U.S. Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, or ARPANET for short, was the first public packed switch computer network. It was first used in 1969 and finally decommissioned in 1989. ARPANET's main use was for academic and research purposes. Many of the protocols used by computer networks today were developed for ARPANET, and it is considered the forerunner of the modern Internet.